Understanding C.LINK Art, written by Wesley Welch, read by C.LINK staff. My name is Wesley Welch. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm 38 years old and an artist. I grew up in Morvant, then moved to Arima when I was 9. I went to St. Mary's College for secondary school, then moved to the States for university at Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. I studied business administration and Japanese. I never had any intention of going into art as a career, but then I left school to help my best friend work on a magazine back home. After a year, the magazine folded. From that experience, I just stayed in the field, built a name and client base. In hindsight, it was destiny. I think the Caribbean culture influences my way of being and mannerisms more so than my art. I think being from the Caribbean makes my childhood unique in a way that isn't quantifiable, but to be honest, I feel like it's too difficult to convey in words. I'm truly grateful that I was born and grew up here. I don't think there was a specific moment when I realized I was an artist. I was drawing from an early age. In secondary school, I was doing watercolor, oil painting, charcoal, and airbrush. Actually, before I left secondary school, I gave a couple classes on using the airbrush. I do more than draw. In the last decade, I have exclusively used Photoshop and Illustrator, but over the course of the next decade, I have gotten back to what I originally started with: oil painting, watercolor, and pen illustrations. But regardless of what kind of art I am doing, the time it takes to complete a task varies wildly. Something might take me a few minutes of frenzied work or several weeks of intermittent bits of attention. It really depends on how I'm feeling. I suffer with depression as well. So during those bouts, I tend to do nothing at all. And then it goes away for a while and I do what I can during those times. I believe art creates a connection because the viewer has to try to get in the head of the artist to understand the medium. The viewer must feel something within the art. People tend to feel they know the artist through the art. And from another view, the artist tries to understand the audience while he is creating, because on some level the artist is trying to anticipate the feelings of the audience. I think art has made us more connected, not necessarily with people within our own countries, but definitely with the outside world.